Welcome back. Here we're going to use Excel to find the probabilities for this t-distribution. So the first question here is asking us to find the probability between -2 and 1 for t with 10 degrees of freedom. To make it easier to understand, I have created a bell curve here, and I'll use this to solve the questions that you see here on the left hand side. So -2 is around here, +1 is right here. So here the question is, what is the probability between -2 and 1 for t with 10 degrees of freedom? So in order to find this, we're going to use some functions in Excel. If you haven't seen my previous videos on confidence intervals, please check out the playlist. I've listed some more videos there which has examples of the t-distribution. So there we learned that there is a formula called t.dist, which if we use for a value of x, it gives you the area on the left side of it. So let's first find the area on the left side of -2. Here the degree of freedom is 10, and we're going to use the true statement. So this probability that you see right here, let me reduce the decimal place. This probability here is the area on the left hand side of -2. Let us find the area on the left hand side of 1. X is 1, degree of freedom is 10, and again we're using the true statement. Now let's try to understand these two answers. This 0.0367 is the probability on the left side of -2. This 0.8296 is the probability on the left side of -1. Now in order to find the area between these two lines, we can take the difference of these 2 points. So the area between -2 and 1 for t with 10 degrees of freedom is 0.7929. Now let us move on to the second question. The second question is asking us to find the probability between -2 and 1 for t with 100 degrees of freedom. So let me move these lines. So -2 is right here, +1 is right here. So we're looking for the area in this region between these two lines. So here we can apply the two techniques that we applied in the first question. So first, we're going to find, using the t.dist function, the area on the left side of -2. So x is -2, degree of freedom is 100, and we're still using the true statement. Next, we are going to find the probability on the left side of 1. So again, t.dist function, x is 1, degree of freedom is 100, and still using the cumulative distribution. Now, to find the area between these two lines, or these two x values, we are going to subtract the probabilities from one another. So the probability between -2 and +1 for t with 100 degrees of freedom is 0.8160. Now let us move on to question number 3. Question number 3 is using the z distribution. This is asking us to find the probability between -2 and +1, but for the z distribution, not the t distribution. So in order to find this, we're going to make use of the norm s dist function in Excel. So the idea is the same. First, we're going to find, using the norm s dist function, the area on the left side of -2. So here the first argument is asking you for the z value. In this case, it is -2. For the second argument here, since we're looking at the area on the left hand side, we're going to use the true statement. Now we're going to use the norm as this function to find the area on the left side of 1. Now to find the area between these 2 points, we're going to take the difference. So the area between -2 and +1 for the z distribution is 0.8186. Now we're going to move on to question number 4. Question number 4 is asking us to find the 50th percentile for t with 20 degrees of freedom. In order to solve questions like this, in Excel you can make use of the t.inverse function. Here, the first argument is asking you for probability. Here you're going to put 0.58, okay? 58th percentile, hence 58 divided by 100, 0.58, comma. Here you're going to put 20 degrees of freedom. So the 50th percentile for t with 20 degrees of freedom is equals to 0.2045. Question number 5 is very similar to question number 4. So here again, we're going to make use of the t.inverse function. First argument is asking for a probability. We're going to put 0.78. Degree of freedom is 3. So the 70th percentile of the t distribution with 3 degrees of freedom is 0.8879.